players. And is a $300 million contract worth it? I would say yes. Because if you don't pay him, do you think you're going to win? I do. Okay, yeah. Who's the trade? Let's put it out there. Who's the trade?
Okay, so I have something. So
that's possible. Let's be realistic.
Portland is shopping that number 3 pick. You pair that number 3 pick with Anthony Simons. Now, with that number 3 pick, the Celtics get Anthony Simons and that number 3 pick. Jaylen Brown goes to Portland. Right? That gives Portland a solid player.
Okay.
I won't say a superstar, but a star in this league.
Yeah.
Young star with Dame. The Celtics can now move that number 3 pick into a point guard that is a solid point guard. I don't know who you would get.
We got to say who, though. That's what we can't just say theories. We got to have a who.
I'm trying to think.
We got to have a who. Because, like, the duos, like, that's the reason why I say you rock with the duo.
Or maybe they just draft him. Maybe they draft and they say, look, our team is solid. We draft. You're not getting Scoot. You're not getting Wemby. You Brandon Miller.
I'm gonna say this: there is no point guard for people leaving JB.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying, because now you're putting the clock on the team. Because if you're not putting a clock, then you might as well keep JB. But if you're gonna move him and you're gonna say, I think Al Horford's older. Like, I think Al Horford's. I would say
he has to go. Regardless.
I like Horford. I ain't gonna lie. I would say keep him. I think if you're gonna rock with Horford, you're gonna rock with. I even like Grant. Like, I like the entire team other than the point guards. I don't like the point guards, and I don't like the play style.
So you need a point guard.
So I would say you just have to go get a point guard. But if you say in the next 2 to 3 years, and because I like, is it Williams or Woods? Williams, the defensive player, the center.
Grant. Oh, Robert Williams.
Yes. Like, I really like him, but he gets injured a lot. So I like that Horford and them can kind of like share minutes, and Horford's still a good defensive player. My whole thing about it is you're on a timetable. So you're giving yourself your timetable. Can you win a championship with somebody in this rookie class that quickly? And you're not going to get Scooter. You're not going to get Victor. So who in this draft is Jesus Christ walking out the draft? Because there's, like I said, there's a guy in the Bucks, like Drew Holiday is coming.
You asked me.
The heat is for real.
You asked me a question, and I answered your question.
Okay, who? Give me who's the point guard?
Anthony Simons. Oh, who's the point guard?
Yeah.
You put Anthony Simons at the point guard easily. Gives you a scoring option, and it's a because he's a 2 guard, but Marcus Smart is a 2 guard.
But that was
playing
the
a 1.
That was the problem, though. Who's the 1? Who's going to be the facilitator, though?
Anthony Simons can facilitate the offense.
Really? You got a lot of confidence.
He did well when Dame was hurt. He did well facilitating the offense. I think that Portland is going to be shopping that number 3 pick. They've already said that they're looking around. They want to pair it with another superstar. So, or they said they want a pretty good star player for that number 3 pick. If the Celtics go, look, Jaylen, you are good, but you really dropped the ball this playoffs, we're not going to give you $300 million. He can go, okay, well then trade me. And you could go get Anthony Simons in that number 3 pick for Jaylen Brown. Now Portland's looking like, okay, they got a potential also number 1 next to Dame. Bigger body, defensive body in there as well.
Oh, it's a great trade for the Trophies.
Yeah. Boston, if you don't like who, like you tell me, you tell me who if they're to trade, who are they going to go get?
I don't like trading. That's why I asked the question for everybody that wants to get rid of bro.
That's the only thing that I can think of.
The only player, because they need a point guard. I don't know who the point guard would be.
Trae Young. Could you go get Trae Young? I don't think he wants to play in Boston.
Yeah, I don't know if he would want to play in Boston. I don't know how the Hawks in their organization are rocking right now with Trae Young. It's kind of hit and miss, and I don't know if.
I don't think it's
I just don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they want to do with Trae Young. But then, I also wouldn't get Trae Young for how his ego is. So, and you need somebody to just flat out bow down. I don't know if he's gonna flat out bow down to JT.
Well, I don't think you need somebody that's going to bow down to JT. I think you need somebody that's going to be able to move the offense. I don't think it's necessarily about in this league, right? There are like the times where like the stars need to take over, but it's such like everybody's so good now. But that you have to have multiple guys on your team that can score, I would say 25 to 30 points.
You do.
And so like who are you going to get that's going to do that with JT? But if you put a point guard next to him that can do that.
I think the Celtics' problem though is that JT doesn't say give me the ball. Like I think him being humbly confident is the problem with the Celtics. Like I really believe that because
would you say that? Would you still say that if he was hitting those shots? And would you have said that he doesn't go get the ball if those shots that he was taking in games 1, 2, and 3, I'll say, if those shots fell, would you still be saying that he doesn't go ask for the ball? Because he was taking a lot of shots. He scored.
They did. He did it in the first 3 quarters. That fourth quarter tells me something. Because there's something going on with you.
But that was only one game.
He's done that multiple times in his playoffs. There's something going on, and I didn't even count
close?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He didn't even have a field goal. He got free throws.
I'm
so serious.
But that's the game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
No, he did that multiple times in that series. I'm so serious, bro. Like I'm serious.
I think JT does a good job of manning ball. I think he showed it in the Philadelphia series, where he was 1 for 9.
That was the admiration, and that is what I'm talking about.
And
that was
crazy.
That was the Celtics bowing down to him, and I was like, "There's Marcus Smart not being egotistical," and the Celtics whole team was like, "We're living and dying with JT." Yeah. That was when I saw JB be like, "We're living and dying with JT." Nobody was chucking up shit. Everybody was man. It may have been fatigue because the Sixers looked tired too. We're gonna talk about the doc, not taking time out, but everyone looked like JT is you. JT, hey, whatever you do, man, we out. And that type of like, I thought they were gonna take off after that. I was like, JT finally found it. And then obviously he had his 50-point. Mm-hmm. And then with you guys against the Heat, this ain't 3 quarters go crazy. And it's like 4th. What? Shoot. Shoot. And it's like, bro, go get the ball. Bro, shoot. Handle it. I think his step is taking the next step of being the guy. I think everything about him, he has every talent. Every superstar goes through growing pains, LeBron included. And I think the best example I could give is in life in general, we all face tests. Yeah. No matter how much you run away from that test is going to come back and bite you in the face, and you're going to have to pass it. Mm-hmm. LeBron James, he left Cleveland, quote unquote, one of the easier paths, got a free agent super team. You know what happened? They lost the first time. Everyone doubted him. He was down 3-2 against the Celtics. What you gonna do, Bron? Everyone's down you again, man. What you gonna do? He gave a 40-piece. 40-piece dropped the Celtics off. Yeah. The Warriors, they lost. I want to call KD in the parking lot. Cool. You call KD in the parking lot. Y'all got a super team. Y'all that guys. Y'all win 2 championships. You know what happened in the 3rd ring? KD gets injured in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Everyone was talking mess. You thought you could beat y'all lucky. Y'all beat the Rockets without Chris Paul. Okay, cool. We got the Rockets. No KD. Who gonna win? Curry and Clay win. Yeah. Hey, yo, Portland Trailblazers. We remember CJ McCollum on his podcast was like, man, y'all not really not like that. I mean, if you weren't on the team, bro, it'd be easy. Okay, boom, we got you on the Western Conference Finals. No KD. Warriors, what you gonna do? You gonna fold?
Sweet.
So that test always comes back. Yeah. So my summary is I think JT has to take the step because I love their roster. I think if he takes the step, and I do agree with the playmaking is hella important. Mm-hmm. Like, that has to be a thing, and that's why I would get rid of Marcus Smart. I don't know, but I'm like 50-50 with Al Horford. I get your point, though. I get your point about Al Horford, but I think he needs to take the next step. So even if you do get another player, that step is always going to be there for him to take, and he's always going to have to pass that test. And I don't know if I would want him to pass the test with a lesser person next to him when there's a beast in the East known as Giannis Antetokounmpo that is always going to be there. And Jimmy Butler, they better pray he gets older because he's always going to have that dog and that difference in him. Because JT's talent is amazing. That's not like Jimmy Butler as a talented player is not a top 5 talented player.
No.
But it's his aura, it's his leadership, it's what he brings to the table. It's like, yeah, bro, I don't even care. Even game 6, bro. Yeah. He was off. He took a step back three with somebody's hand in his face, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It was Cash, and I was like, "Hey yo!" And I was like, "Hey yo, what's going on?" And then it was like Cash. I was like, "What?" It was like Cash, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So that's what I was saying. My summary for it though would be CJ. Like the Trailblazers rocked with CJ McCollum and Dame, and we would say that JT and JB are a better duo than that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So if Portland Trailblazers rocked with CJ and Dame, and they really just lost to the best backcourt in the last 20 years, I would just roll with JB and JT and be like, hey, man, if we lose with these two, y'all can't blame me, bro.
But at some point, I think with the Portland Trailblazers analogy that you just made, they realized that they had hit their ceiling with those two stars. So say you re-sign JB, you even go and get, a point guard of some sort.
Yeah.
If you don't win a championship, I would honestly say maybe not next year, but the year after.
I'll give them. They got a 2 year. They got 2 years.
If you don't go win a championship now, you're in the same spot as
I got 2 or 3 years.
The Trailblazers were, where they're like, okay, so we re-signed CJ, re-signed Dame, gave them big money, and now we've hit our ceiling and we still can't win a championship.
I'd agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I think that the Celtics are looking at that, do we take that chance? And if we don't win a championship, now we have to figure out how to dump off JT's $300 million contract? Or do we go, you know what? Maybe with these two, we've hit this ceiling, and we don't want to have that with this new CBA, because you have to take that into effect. That's going to affect
you do
the Celtics so bad if they sign this JT, which I think they should. Again,
JB. Yeah.
I think they should.
He agrees. He doesn't.
But that new CBA is going to kill them if they do not win this championship.
Yeah, that is the tough part. But then you ask yourself, well, what the hell did you do before that? Y'all won championship is in 2008, and that was a while ago. And if you, at that point,
is their ceiling? They've been to five Eastern Conference Finals and have gotten to one finals.
Yeah.
Is their ceiling just the Eastern Conference Finals?
No. The reason why I say that is because I think Dame maxed out as a player to me, where I don't think JT maxed out. When they went to the Western Conference Finals, I think Dame maxed out as a player, because I always said with Dame, he just lost to Curry. And even when Dame Lillard talks about Curry, Dame Lillard's like, bro, no, that dude Curry, bro, is for real. He just he maxed out. Dame was Dame. And they just maxed out, where there wasn't I think Dame's confidence is messed up. I just think it was no, Dame's for real. Where I think JT still has another level to get to. And they're still, 25?
25, 26.
I'm rocking with these young dudes to live like that. And I'll be like, bro, if they don't grow, I would have a conversation with them. A deep conversation, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's all on y'all. JT, it's your team, bro. You gonna have to take the step. I don't know what y'all need to go do. Y'all need to go figure some stuff out. Marcus Smart is out. It's all on you.
Yep.
You got it. But every superstar goes through growing pains.
Yep.
So I think that's key. The only trade I could see, honestly, for me, when I thought about it was, but I didn't know what point guard to get though. But I would say, I wish they had, they honestly need Michael Conley. But the role Michael Conley has in terms of mentorship, and he facilitates a pretty solid defense, hits threes. Yeah. The role he has that I would want for the Celtics is the role he's doing for the Timberwolves. That's why the Timberwolves got him, for the mentor role. I wish Rondo was still freaking healthy, honestly, for them. But I would have said the only trade probably would have been OG. It would have been OG Anunoby.
That's the same. You can't. Again, my point of trading for a guy that is the same size as your star player is not going to win your championship. You can't, because you can't pick on mismatches like the other teams do. Denver picks on that Jamal Murray and Jokic pick and roll handoff action. LeBron and AD, you get that lob threat. You can't do that. There is no 2-man game between Jaylen Brown and JT, because they're the same. So you have to run them separate sides of the court. If it doesn't work for JT, kick it to JB. Now you're doing something over here. Those are easier defenses to scheme with.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So you can't go get OG Anunoby.
I still would, because I think that would have to be on the coach to get everybody cutting and running. Because I don't think they could be like Kyrie and Kyrie and LeBron, the performance that they put on with that offensive efficiency. But the way that, one, they have to get their defense and identity back with the Celtics. And I think with that, when they did attack the basket, it was working. And then they would just
It was working.
go back to shooting threes. And it was like, bro, why are y'all like the Rockets of 2017?
Yeah.
When they kept, and it was like, like, why are y'all stop, bro, drive. And you guys are large, pause. Like, y'all are all like 6'8", 6'9". JC's really tall.
Yeah.
And bro, JB, you're really tall. Like, bro, attack the basket.
Yeah.
What's going on? But no, we had great points. I would keep them.
I would keep them.
We both keep them, but it's a gamble. Shout out to Celtics, man. So that leads us to the next topic. Please